Welcome back to the channel. Have you ever tossed a coin into a jar and thought it was just regular change? Well, think again. Some coins, just like the ones you might have lying around, are worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving into the top 3 rare US dollar coins that could make you a serious amount of cash. So, grab your magnifying glass, and let's see if you've got a hidden treasure in your pocket. Our first coin on the list is the 1971 no-mint mark Eisenhower Dollar. This coin is a true gem for collectors, and if you've ever wondered what makes a $1,971 coin so special, let's break it down. The 1971 Eisenhower Dollar was introduced to celebrate 2 significant milestones, the moon landing in 1969 and to honor the 34th President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. This coin marked the first dollar coin issued by the U.S. Mint since the peace dollar, which was discontinued in 1935. With such a rich history, you'd think that all the coins minted that year would be the same, right? Well, here's where things get interesting. The standard issue of the 1971 Eisenhower Dollar has the S mint mark, indicating it was produced at the San Francisco Mint. However, there's a unique and rare variety that's much more valuable, the 1971 no-mint mark Eisenhower Dollar. Some of these coins were struck without any mint mark at all, which is a significant error. You see, the mint mark, which is usually found on the reverse side of the coin beneath the eagle, was accidentally left off. This oversight from the U.S. Mint is why the 1971 no-mint mark Eisenhower Dollar is so special. Because the mint mark was omitted, these coins became incredibly scarce. Not only does this make them rare, but it also makes them highly desirable to collectors who seek out coins with production errors. These rare specimens can go for some seriously high prices. For instance, a 1971 no-mint mark Eisenhower Dollar in excellent condition can fetch a jaw-dropping $21,500 at auction. That's right, a simple dollar coin from 1971 could be worth a small fortune, all because of this one small but critical minting mistake. And it's not just any 1971 Eisenhower Dollar, the condition of the coin plays a big role in its value. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are worth exponentially more. What makes this error even more intriguing is that, at the time, many collectors didn't realize how rare these coins were. They were produced in relatively high quantities, and the mistake went largely unnoticed until years later when collectors started to search for anomalies in their collections. As we see with this example, minting errors can significantly increase a coin's value. The 1971 no-mint mark Eisenhower Dollar is a reminder that sometimes, it's the small mistakes in the minting process that create the most valuable coins. Collectors who specialize in U.S. coinage know that these types of errors can be worth more than their face value, and they're often on the lookout for coins that may have slipped through the cracks. So, if you happen to come across a 1971 Eisenhower Dollar, be sure to check whether it has a mint mark. If it doesn't, you could be holding a piece of history worth tens of thousands of dollars. Next up on our list is another rare dollar coin, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony Dollar. The Susan B. Anthony Dollar was minted between 1979 and 1981 and holds a special place in U.S. coin history. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a woman's image in over 100 years. The coin was created to honor the women's suffrage movement, and its design features the iconic portrait of Susan B. Anthony on the obverse. She was an outspoken advocate for women's rights, particularly the right to vote, making this coin a fitting tribute to her legacy. However, not all Susan B. Anthony dollars are created equal. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony Dollar is particularly valuable. While the coin itself was produced in large numbers, some of the 1979 variety were struck as part of a special proof set at the San Francisco Mint. These proof sets were intended for collectors, and they were struck with much higher precision than regular circulating coins. The coins in these sets were polished to a mirror-like finish and have a much sharper, clearer design than standard circulation coins. Here's where the value comes in. These special proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are extremely rare. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony Dollar in pristine condition is highly sought after by collectors, and it can command impressive auction prices. In fact, depending on the quality of the coin, a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar in top condition can fetch as much as $10,000 at auction. That's a pretty hefty sum for a coin that was once considered just another dollar in circulation. It's important to note that these coins aren't just valuable because of their rarity, their unique appearance plays a big role in their appeal. The smooth, polished finish of the proof coins is what sets them apart from standard circulation versions. The sharp details on Susan B. Anthony's portrait, along with the smooth, almost reflective surfaces of the coin, make it an attractive addition to any serious collection. If you happen to find one of these tucked away in your collection or hidden in your spare change, it could be worth far more than its face value. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is a prime example of how small differences in production can have a big impact on a coin's value. So if you've got one of these, or if you're lucky enough to come across one, it's definitely worth getting it appraised. You might just be holding on to a rare piece of numismatic history worth a lot more than you think. Moving on, let's talk about the 2000 Sacagawea Dollar. The Sacagawea Dollar was introduced in 2000, marking a significant moment in U.S. coinage. This was the first coin in history to feature a Native American woman, Sacagawea, who played an essential role in the Lewis and Clark expedition. Sacagawea, along with her infant son, Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau, helped guide the explorers through the rugged western U.S. during their journey in the early 1800s. The coin's design beautifully captures this historic moment, with Sacagawea's portrait on the obverse and her son on her back, making it not only an aesthetically pleasing coin but also a symbol of strength, courage, and perseverance. The Sacagawea dollar was intended to be a circulating coin, replacing the Eisenhower dollar, which was not widely used. While the design was initially met with mixed reactions, it's since become a favorite among collectors. However, what really makes the 2000 Sacagawea dollar stand out is not just its design, but a rare and significant error that some of these coins carry, a double die strike. To explain the double die error, let's dive into how coins are made. When a coin is minted, a die, essentially a stamp, is used to imprint the design onto the blank coin. If the die is misaligned during the striking process, the image ends up being stamped twice, creating a ghost-like effect. This misalignment causes the design to appear doubled, which is especially noticeable in the details of the coin's inscriptions, such as the date or lettering. This error isn't something that happens with every coin minted, so when it does occur, the coins are incredibly rare. In the case of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar, only a small percentage of the coins struck that year were affected by this error. While it's not the most widespread issue, the coins with the double die error have become a favorite among collectors. The rarity of this error makes these coins highly desirable, and when one does pop up at auction, it can fetch a significant sum. In fact, one particularly well-preserved 2000 Sacagawea dollar with a double die error was sold at heritage auctions for an astonishing $66,000 in December 2022. That's a life-changing amount for a coin that was once considered a regular modern dollar. This sale goes to show just how much demand there is for error coins, especially those as unique and rare as this one. Now, the key to understanding the value of these coins lies in their rarity and the high level of interest from collectors. Many coin collectors specifically look for coins with minting errors, because not only do these coins have a unique story behind them, but they also tend to be much more valuable than regular, error-free coins. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar with the double die error is a prime example of this. A regular Sacagawea dollar is worth, of course, just $1. But with the double die error, that value can skyrocket into the tens of thousands. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2000 Sacagawea dollar, make sure to take a close look at it. Check the date, look at the lettering, and see if you can spot any doubling in the design. If you find one of these rare error coins, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history worth thousands of dollars. Why error coins are valuable? So, what's the big deal with error coins? Why are they so valuable? Well, error coins like these three are sought after because they're unique, mistakes are rare, and the fewer of them there are, the more valuable they become. The more unique and in-demand a coin is, the higher its price can go, especially when it's in near-perfect condition. Collecting error coins can be one of the most rewarding ways to dive into numismatics. It's not just about finding coins that are rare, it's about discovering the stories and hidden secrets behind each one. Whether it's a small minting mistake or a major production error, these coins offer collectors the chance to own a piece of history that few others have. So, there you have it, the top 3 most expensive and ultra-rare US dollar coins that are worth big money. If you ever come across one of these coins in your collection or in your pocket change, make sure to check it out closely. You never know, it could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting coin stories. Catch you in the next one.